Can anyone hear me? Can Hello, just give me 5 minutes. Let me try to get a few people to come on board with this live here. So I set up the final settings. Bear with me. Oh, I'm here. Rabbito Farmino. Just give me some 5 minutes. Let's see. Let me minimize myself a little bit so we can see our young lady. So what we're seeing right there is signs of rabbits ready to give birth and preparing to give birth. Hello everyone, thanks for coming, and I wanted us to have a live session so that we can all contribute in a way. So even though I'm the one hosting, I would like us to I like a lot of people to also contribute. So I am trying to set up hello Julie, you got 4 people online. And so if you would like to call me and contribute to this conversation, I have a number that you can call, and I would actually like to hear some voices, because I know we've got a lot of knowledge out there and it's always good to share knowledge. So the number you can call is, the country code is 0044 or +44 7394 079907. Again, the number is +44 7394 7904. Hello Doug Lucas, good afternoon. I know it's been a long time, so thanks very much for coming, and if you would like to call, I will be able to hear you and we'll be able to have the conversation. So if you've got any direct question, then you can ask. Okay, try to make it 1 hour where we can interact for 1 hour, so let's hope that we stick to the time. So I've been involved in rabbit stuff for a while. Bear with me, light shining on my face. Been involved with rabbit stuff for a while, and one of the most exciting things is when the rabbit is about to give birth, and it makes me nervous, but at the same time it makes me want to, want to get involved. And I always try to schedule my rabbit kindling time for when I am around. I try to make myself available. It's just the excitement and also wanting to know that it goes well. So it is very important for me to ensure that
Yeah, good morning, guys. How you all doing?
for me to ensure that I am doing the right thing, or I'm there for if I need to help. Then I don't know how I can help, but I've had situations where rabbits in the process of giving birth could not push the baby out, and in that situation I know I will be able to bravely try to help to get a baby out. Hi Haiti, nice to have you. Hello, hello, hello Haiti. Nice to have you. How's Cornwall? Hope it's good. Um, so I am very excited. From when rabbits start preparing for when they are pregnant, in my experience, it takes about the critical birth time, or from when the rabbit is like in the process of feeling that the birth is imminent. I think it starts from at least 24 hours before birth. I've seen rabbits like Beverly, the mother of the almighty mother of all my babies. She started pulling fur about 2 weeks before giving birth, and where she put the fur is exactly where she made her nest. So let's discuss what we are witnessing on the screen right there. What we are seeing is this bunny May was super busy preparing that corner, and whilst we watch it, let's discuss what really happened from day one, when you take your doe to your um, buck to breed it. After it's bred, you come back and sit down and wait until you mark the date. Of course, you mark the date, and and then you just wait until it's time for the birth. Now, rabbits conceive for between 28 days and 25 days. 28 days and 35 days. The period is so short, it's basically a month. But in my experience, I think 31 to 32 days is the most common time frame where rabbits give birth. So it is important for us to prepare for them, and prepare so that they will be, you'll be prepared for them to give birth. But what do you do after conceiving, after they've conceived and all that? Now, it depends on what the rabbit is telling you. Sometimes I just go and stand there and look at them, and then I see the first week they become a bit weak and sleeping around and not eating properly and all sort of symptoms. And this is the period where they notice that they are actually pregnant. They're not just It's not a joke anymore. They are actually pregnant. And I'm just wondering what goes on in their head from that time and how they prepare for it. But definitely 2 weeks into the pregnancy, that is when um, it actually kicks in. And you can tell that they are eating more. They get a moment where they are dull, slow. They get a moment when they are basically lethargic and not doing a lot of things. So they go through the phases like other animals, like other human beings. So um, it's very important for us to be aware. And you know anything that I'm going to talk about is not the same for every rabbit, because all my rabbits that I've got 8 dogs in my pet setup. So all of them behave differently. But the last day, 24 hours before giving birth, this what you're seeing on the screen is the action. She chose a spot, and I was quick enough to put some wood shaving on the ground, on the floor, before I gave her a lot of hay, and she packed it the way she wanted to pack it. So all the corner there you're seeing there, I just put the hay there and she prepared it. Now I've seen situations, because I know the farm situation as well. I've seen situations where we don't put the hay there for them, and you see the exact thing what you're seeing there. The rabbits need to go through this exact procedure. They don't want you to build their nest for them. They want to build their nest from their own head. Instinctively, they know that they are the ones that can provide the perfect spot. Very soft, prepare it properly. They want to do it. And in the farm setup, sometimes we think, oh, they're not giving birth in the box that you have prepared for them. But yeah, you prepared it. They're not ready to put their baby in there. So at the end of the day, it's their call. They make that ultimate call. So you need to allow them to go through this pace of preparing and holding the hay in their mouth and taking it and then digging and then making sure the ground is soft. And then after that, they pull fur and make sure they line it nicely, and make sure that the nesting box is perfect for their use. So please, let's all learn from these. Let's just make sure that we don't deny them of these. And I can say confidently, these are some of the reasons this could determine whether your rabbits abandon their kids, or just give birth on those of you who use wire mesh. They will just give birth on the wire mesh without taking good care of the kids. That's because they didn't go through this procedure. This procedure is so important in their head, in their genetic layout. They have to do this and choose their spot where they want to give birth. So please take note of that. So when do you put the hair in? Well, I'll say from 28 days. Okay, even though rabbits normally give birth between the 30th and the 35th day, from 28 days, you should be ready for them. They should have unlimited hay in their cage, in their room. so that whenever they feel the prompt, they will be able to, you know, go and, you know, um, and just prepare. Preparing at least 28 days means they will have the time to choose their sport, and they will have the time as well to, you know, make the decision whether they're going to use the box or not. May, the spot I thought she was going to give birth, she totally did the opposite. So, you know, I don't think like a rabbit, because I am not rabbit. She knows exactly the reason why she's choosing that sport. And I can kind of understand that sport is like the farthest point of the whole room. Remember, this is a huge room. This is a 8 feet room, and therefore they can, you know, they can choose. She had so much option of where to choose, and therefore she chose to pick that sport. So at the end of the day, they make that decision. Very soon we'll be seeing where May started to actually give birth. But I thought it's important for us to discuss this point first and understand how the rabbits think, how they prepare themselves for this particular time. So, has anyone got any experience of rabbit giving birth or want to share with us? You can phone in and share with us. We'll be happy to hear from you. The number to call is 0739 07990. That's 07394 079904. Thank you very much, and I hope you're having a great Sunday. Those of you who follow the football, I hope your team won. I hope your team won. But we're still observing, and in a couple of minutes we will go straight to when she was ready to give birth. This was a very longish video, but I wanted to make sure that we are watching this together and understanding exactly what is going on. I'm right here. So let's keep watching and see how it goes. So the next slide that we're going to see will be when she's actually ready and she started giving birth. So in this video you can see that she's already pulled some fur at the corner at the very last end. After preparing, she started pulling some fur. So the next video that we'll see will be where the actual birth took place. Please bear with me a second. Be back. So are we ready to get to the zone where she was actually giving birth? Let me just bring that slide in, and then we can all witness how that happened. Close this one. So what we saw, the slide we saw first, was when she was actually preparing. That was in the morning. Now I thought she was going to give birth. I actually had a bet with someone that she was going to give birth by the close of the day, but no, she didn't. And I kept waking up and going to check her, and there was still nothing. So but she still waited for me until I was ready. Now what I can imagine is the contraction is happening. She's now ready. If you look, she's pulled a lot more fur, and she's now actually ready to give birth. And she's just waiting for the moment when the right moment hitting, and that's what she's doing. It's like she's saying a prayer, isn't she? And I was lucky enough to catch this moment, so there you go. I'm gonna keep quiet here because she started actually giving birth. So as you can tell, she's just waiting for the moment, and that she would now start pulling the baby slowly. And let me go through, as you watch this, some of the comments, if you have any comments. The moment we have Julie, Doug Lucas, Heidi, and we've got 11 more people who have joined us on this live session. Thank you very much for coming. But yes, she's doing it now. She is ready. She is ready, and she is working on it feverishly. I decided to adjust the camera so I can see, and as you can see, we can see some baby movement, and this is a very critical time, but she's totally focused on making sure she has a safe and successful birth. So she is literally pulling them out, and by way of cleaning them, she eats every debris, and you can see some of the debris. I'm sorry, I should have warned you first, but yes, I'm warning you now. If you don't want to see any blood or something like that, please stop it from now, because yes, the babies are gushing out, and she is carefully cleaning them and eating any excess. Mind you, rabbits are herbivores, which means they eat herbs, they eat grass. But I think the main reason why they are eating everything is because rabbits are prey animals and they don't want to leave any trace of blood or anything that will cause a smell. Remember, originally when they're giving birth, they dig the ground and, give birth in the hole and then cover it. They will clean everything. This moment is so crucial, so important for them to make sure they clean everything. They literally consume everything in order not to leave any trace for their babies to be traced by predators. As you know, rabbits are prey animals. There are a lot of animals that hunt them and prey on them. So you can imagine if this was a hole, they are in the hole doing their business and making sure the babies are coming out safely. And look at that. I've witnessed one where I thought she was eating her baby, but I was totally wrong. She wasn't. She's eating all the umbilical cord that is attached to the baby. She's eating that by way of cleaning at the same time. She will be a fantastic mother. So far, today's the third day and all the babies are doing well. And it all happened in the space of about 20 minutes. That's when the birthing happened and her eating any debris that will be left. This is so touching, but this is how they do it. Let's see if we've got any comments going on as we watch May give birth. Dog Lucas, mommy knows best. Absolutely. Oh, very important question. Have you had to help during the birth, pulling a baby out? No, I haven't. And but I've heard in our farm in Ghana, I've heard that one of the mothers was giving birth and basically the baby got stuck, and at that time the farm didn't know what to do, so unfortunately mother and babies all perished. But I think at the moment, if that happens with any of my rabbits, which is the reason why I like to be there when they are scheduled to give birth, I like to leave my timing around. Even if I go to work, I make sure I keep an eye on them. So far so good. All my babies, all my girls are giving birth safely. That's because I don't know, they have just good genes of looking after their babies, I guess. But yes, we're witnessing rabbit giving birth live. And it's very deep. In her case, she gave birth to 9. And she's focused. She's totally focused. Mothers are wonderful, aren't they? If you're a mother and you're watching this, big respect to you. things that mothers go through. You can see clearly good movements going on there. And one may be asking or thinking of it like they will also consume a baby that is born still. And that doesn't mean rabbits eat meat. No, they don't. But it's all some of the safety measures. If she leaves the baby in with the rest of the babies, there are two things that can happen. The baby will start decaying. When the babies start decaying, they will start smelling. That could possibly alarm predators to follow the smell to come and find the rest of the babies. And the second thing is, when it starts decaying, it can give infection to the rest of the babies. So for her, she would rather eat the baby and get rid of any evidence to protect the rest of her babies. So it's very important for her to do that. And if you see, for the most part, if you see a rabbit mommy eating their baby immediately after birth, it means the babies were born still, or the babies the babies will not make it. There may be instances where, as part of her eating the afterbirth, like the umbilical cord and stuff like that, she may end up biting a finger or an ear of the baby. But it's quite rare that they do that. They don't do that often. So it's a critical situation where they are totally focused. As you can see her, she is focused on making sure she's cleaning. She's cleaning. It's encoded in them that if you don't clean well, other animals that prey on rabbits will trace and come and find them, and then she will lose it all. So as you can tell, as you can see, she is totally focused. And I set the camera and then moved from there, but I was watching her, and now we are watching it together. And she couldn't care less whether I was around or not. She was focused on making sure she's cleaning her babies properly and making sure that she is, taking care of business. So there we go, catching her breath. I think at this point she's finished giving birth and she's just catching her breath and just checking things, I guess. She's just checking, making sure they are okay. And it's wonderful because they need to prepare properly in order to ensure that there is no predator coming. And where they are doing this is very safe. They have to work very fast in their, I'm talking about in their original environment, like in the wild, in the jungle. They will have to look for a very safe place. And where is safe? in the wild. You know, for an animal like rabbits who don't really fight, they would rather run away than fight, where is safe for them. But God is wonderful because they find safe places to, you know, to build their nest and have babies successfully. Comments are welcome. I am reading them as we go. So feel free to comment, and I will be here to answer. We have about 20 minutes more to go. So if you have any question, if you would like to phone in from the UK, is 07394 079904. Please call on WhatsApp only. If you want to participate, I would like to hear you. I'd like someone to come in and give us an experience. If you're watching this and you've got experience in rabbitry, and you can give us a little bit insight. That's my Alexa was listening to me. Yes, I would like to hear from anyone who have got an experience and would like to share. Or if anyone want to post a question, I will be able to answer that as well. But the process have to be quick as possible, because you know she can't waste too much time and invite uninvited guests or unwelcome guests, or give away her kids hiding place. Rabbito Farmino, thank you very much for coming, and I'm still waiting and checking if you got any more comments. Any comments coming? That will be interesting. Would like to have more comments coming. How you doing, my Nigerian brothers and sisters, my Ghanaian brothers and sisters, Kenya, Africa, UK, US, Mexico, Brazil. Thank you very much for subscribing and following us. We're just trying to create awareness of rabbits and, you know, learn about them, how to keep them happy as pets. If you're doing it as a farm as well, how to give them good life is also very important for us to improve our welfare and attending to our rabbits, whether you're keeping it as pets or as a farm animal. Look what she's gone through, and probably if she was darker we wouldn't see all these traces of blood, but it's like she's been to war and she's carefully leaning there and not stepping on her babies, and this has been going on for a while. You know, she is, you know, determined to make sure that her babies are safe, and the love for her babies start from now. Wonderful mother. I think she's gonna be a wonderful mother. She came from a litter of 11. So what I mean by that is 11 of them were born by Beverly. So she was born in my pet set. She was born in my garden. So her siblings, we got some of her siblings. If you're following us, we have Shakira, Beyonce, and herself. And then we had Belle, who was with her until I had to separate them the other day because she wasn't pregnant and she didn't really understand what was going on, and I didn't want any catastrophe. So What is your experience of rabbit birth? How do you prepare? When do you start preparing for them to give birth? When do you start preparing? I would like to hear from you. Let me see if we got any question. We got a question here from Arthur Henry. Good afternoon, my friend. Thanks for sharing. Your volume is very low. Oh, sorry. Is my volume low? Sorry about that. I was trying to whisper a little bit. That's because I felt like she will hear me when I was I felt like she will hear me when I'm speaking. And I didn't want to disturb her during her birth. And there they are. Now she moved away, and as you can see, they are all kicking, moving, very mobile, and already bunching. And what she's doing, let me bring us in a bit. She's cleaning herself and possibly going to pull more fur to cover them. She's preparing herself to make sure that she's got enough cover for them. She's cleaning herself at the same time, and just exhausted. And look at this. Please pay attention to this point. Look, she's got her ears zoomed at them and listening. I think she's observing to see if all of them are okay, and she was very attentive and monitoring them, watching all of them. She got closer and she's watching all of them, scanning all of them, making sure that they are okay. She did a bit more cleaning and observing. Then she moved forward, cleaned some more. She ate some of the bloody whatever is left of the birth, making sure that she is cleaning everything and conceiving everything so she doesn't give away her babies. Isn't that wonderful how much they go through? Any more questions? No question yet, but yeah, this is wonderful. Now she began to cover them, pull the hay and keep the area secure, smelling everywhere to make sure that she's not leaving any trace. She does a bit more cleaning. Clean and clean and clean. It's all about cleaning and making sure the area is clean. Still observing. She's covered them at this stage and still listening and probably enjoying and probably joy in her heart that she's been able to give birth successfully. And she will just continue cleaning herself, constantly cleaning and cleaning. Make sure that she is clean. As you know, rabbits are very clean animals, and therefore they will clean themselves. Let's see if we got some more questions. Kate, this is amazing to see. Thank you for sharing. How did you realize that Belle was not pregnant? That's a very good question. Thank you, Kate. So, because I monitor them almost every day, I spend some time standing there. I noticed that Belle was extra active, like 2 weeks on. But I don't believe in palpating and checking if they are pregnant or not. I just leave them to it. I like nature to take its course. But 2 days before May was going to give birth, Belle was very active, jumping up and down, and May was a little bit slow. And also looking at their sizes, I could tell May had increased in size. Her stomach was huge. She was much slower. Excuse me. And as for Belle, she was just jumping about, and so I observed them not like fighting per se, but like they had a little scuffle, like, and so I said, okay, I don't like what I'm seeing in terms of Belle, because her stomach is not looking big. She didn't look like she's increasing size. So I gently put my hand in her belly, because I'm close to them. They allow me to do that. And then her belly felt hollow. Like, that was my way of palpating if that's the closest I've gone to palpating. And then I realized that she was not pregnant. Now, I also noticed the stress in May. May was a bit stressed. 2 days prior to giving birth, she was very stressed. And the owner that I am, I'm picking from her feeling, her stress. So I knew that Belle wasn't pregnant. So what I did to confirm that is I took her straight to a buck, and she allowed herself to be bred. And so that was how I confirmed that. Probably I could have checked that earlier, but listen, this is my pet's establishment. Already I have enough. I'm not in a rush to make babies. So yes, I miss them having birth together, but I don't really know if that theory is going to work. If anyone have got an idea whether it's going to work or not, please let me know, because I don't think it is really practical for two does to give birth in the same room. I mean, I did that with Beverly and Rose. Beverly is the grandmother, the mother of, that's her daughter. Her daughter is this one here. And I left Rose. Rose was 4 months when Beverly gave birth, and Beverly is living with Rose, and she gave birth successfully, and all the babies, 7 babies, it was 8 babies, but one died 2 days after birth. The rest of the 7 are all thriving. So I'm not convinced it's a good practice to keep 2 does that are pregnant. Maybe after they've had their baby, you can reunite them, but they really like to do things secretive, like they want to dig a hole and bury the babies in there and feed them once or twice a day. You know, they don't want anyone to see, and I'm sure that includes either the father of the babies or the family, because rabbits live in warren. They live in families called warren. But the point of giving birth changes the way they think, because now they have responsibilities to look after their babies, and friendship and family does not come in play when it comes to that. And so I don't think I will ever repeat trying to let them give birth together. I think what I will do is try to reunite them after birth, because this is a pet establishment. I'm not going to breed them like I want a lot of rabbits. They're going to get a lot of time before I breed them again. Of course, I love breeding them because I like to go through all this experience. And I've got a lot of clients who are waiting to get some of my pets. You'll be seeing videos of Shakira, Beyonce, and Beverly's babies. In all, we have 19 babies that are, ready to, they are 4 weeks now. So in 2 weeks, they'll be good to go to good homes. So let's see if we got another question. Thank you for that question. Yeah. Doug Lucas, does this mean Beverly is a grandmother? Oh yes, Beverly is a proud grandmother. She is very cheeky and grandmother. So far she's had, her first litter was 11, second 8, and third was 8 as well. So 16 plus 11. So many babies. So many babies. So yeah, probably I'm going to take a long time before I breed her again. But I know she loves having babies, but I'm not going to breed her anytime sooner. She's going to enjoy herself because she's a grandma now. Thank you for coming again. There we go. Blooded face. Gone through all the pace of giving birth. She's covered them nicely, and she will keep monitoring them and preparing them and trying to cover them more based on how cold or hot it is. But she will be a good mother. She gave birth to 9 babies, and one thing I don't do as well to check the babies immediately, I wait for at least 24 hours, and it's safe to do that because even if for any reason you have a baby that dies during this time, within 24 hours it wouldn't start decaying unless you have a lot of heat. But 24 hours is safe timing for you to check on them, and I gave her the full 24 hours to let her catch her breath. The reason why we do that as well is because you don't want to traumatize the mother. She is in a situation where she's thinking, my babies, my babies, my babies, my babies. That's all she's thinking now. So you go in there, although she knows me, she knows I'm not going to do anything to the babies and that, you still do not want to disturb her because she could be having postnatal depression due to, you know, the way the room is and stuff like that. And you don't want to, these are some of the reasons why rabbit mothers might abandon their babies when they feel stressed because you're too close to their babies within the first 24 hours, or they're hearing noises and they are like, they don't feel safe for their babies. You know, you need to give them that reassurance and, you know, let them relax. 24 hours, like I said, if any of the babies has died or if they were born still and she hasn't cleaned it already, it is still safe for it to be with the babies, safe for it to be with, you know, with a bunch for a while. Any more questions? If we have any question, we have about 5 minutes to wrap this up, and I really appreciate everyone coming. I think at the peak we had about 15 people. That's amazing. Checking on us and making sure they are giving us their support, and we really appreciate that. God richly bless you. If you watched today, some of the short videos we did today, they've started using the garden, and Beverly is loving it. Today was Beverly's day, and I had to fight her to put her back in her room. She didn't want to come out, go back in. But I managed to convince her to go in because it's a shared space for all of them. And the thing is, I can't let 2 mothers come out with their babies. I don't know whether they're going to attack each other. I've seen Beverly attack her own son and literally rip the back of the son after I have weaned them like a couple of days after I wean them, she doesn't want to have anything to do with them. So I don't want to get into any situation where they would have a problem. Really appreciate everyone coming. We'll wrap up in about 4 minutes. What do you think? Even if you don't have any question for me now, please feel free to comment and let me know what you think. So she will keep cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. Don't forget, in the end, it is always important for you to give them a good feast, because now they're going to form milk for the babies. So it's very important for you to give them good feed. Luckily for us, we had dandelion in abundance, so she was able to feed as much as possible. Dandelion is very good because it's got calcium, which is good for forming the breast milk, and of course we use good quality pellets, and we also have unlimited hay for all the bunnies. She keep checking, making sure that everything is all right with the babies, smelling to see if there is any more cleaning that she needs to do, putting her own self in danger to ensure that her babies are okay. And then she comes to feast, which is very, very important. She loves eating anyway. Well done, mommy. She's very, very huge. She's the biggest of the litter, May. Oh, and she gave birth on the 1st of May, and her name is May. What a coincidence. And see how she's munching big portion of dandelion, and well deserved. This is Rabbito Farmino. For all of you who attended, I really, really appreciate you. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll be seeing you with more videos very soon. Make sure you share this video to support Rabbito Farmino. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye. See you soon.